Wow, wow, wow. Manchester City crisis just getting worse every single game. Just when you think they're gonna get this right this time, no, they get worse. Today again, they lost 2-1 and they were very lucky to score the last minute goal in the 90+3 minute. 2-1 to Aston Villa. And where this is gonna end? When is it gonna end? We don't know when, where, and how this crisis is gonna end with Manchester City. And many fans are kind of enjoying the downfall because Manchester City been on top of the world for years. And when you are on top of the world, other teams are gonna hate you. You got the money, you got the best players in the world, the best manager in the world. You are going to create a lot of enemies. And now people are really enjoying the downfall of Manchester City. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment down below. Take 1 second to help the channel. This channel is for the people, by the people. We don't care about the team you support. We care about football. And this is my review and reaction for the game between Aston Villa and Manchester City. It's very difficult to structure this kind of video because you don't know how do you structure this. Aston Villa 2, Manchester City 1. John Duran, 16th minute. And then Morgan Rogers, 65th minute. Phil Foden with his first goal of the season, 90 minutes plus 3. Morgan Rogers, man of the match. And guess where he came from? Manchester City. They sold him to Sunderland, and Sunderland, I think, they sold him to Aston Villa, if I'm not mistaken. But you can see the quality. Look at Cole Palmer. Look at Delap. All the players that Manchester City let go, now they are shining somewhere else. Romeo Lavia. So Pep Guardiola don't have time to be patient, don't have time to develop players. He's kind of a checkbook manager, you know. That is not disrespecting him because he has done a lot of work in the world of football, transforming the way people see football. But at the end of the day, credit also need to go to money and quality that he got in the team. If you give him Derby County with no budget, I don't think he's going to be in that level. You can say Barcelona, but Barcelona had Eto'o, Thierry Henry, Messi, Ronaldinho, you know. So, you know what I'm going with this one. Respect to Pep Guardiola for everything he has done in the world of football. But when it comes to really coaching, developing, sometimes it's a little bit iffy. If you look at the two teams here, on paper, you see that Manchester City got all world class, not like all of them, like Rico Lewis is a young kid from the academy. But on paper, this team's still pretty good. So it looks like it's a tired team. It's a team that don't want to be there anymore, don't want to play for the manager anymore. It's the end of a cycle. I think they should have renewed this team with the money they made from Alvarez, Palmer, and some other players they sold. They could have brought maybe 3 key players to reinforce this team, but Pep Guardiola didn't do it. He thought that it's going to be the same, and now we can see that people are mentally and physically very tired. Let's check on some statistics from the game. Manchester City, 55% possession. Shot on target, 6 for City, 6 for Aston Villa. Shot altogether, 12 for City, 11 for Aston Villa. Not a big difference, to be honest with you. You can have the possession, but what you do the possession is the most important. So temporarily on the table, Liverpool still top of the table, 36 points. Chelsea second, 34 points. Arsenal third, 30 points. Forest 28 points are fourth. Fifth, Aston Villa 28 points. And Manchester City went down and they are in the sixth position with 27 points. And remember, this table is just temporarily because Liverpool and Everton got one game in hand, and also they haven't played match week 17 yet. So this is a temporary table because it might change after, at the end of the day today, we might see a completely different kind of table. But just to give you an idea about what is happening by the time of recording. Let's see some reaction on social media. Troll football. What Pep Guardiola mean? When he said 6 titles, remember? When he made that sign of 6 title. So he's in the 6th position. So you see how people are very creative by making this kind of memes. So what he meant is like I'm 6th on the table and not that I won 6 titles. Okay. Manchester City. Wow. In 12 games, they won 1. They drew 2 games and they lost 9 games. 11 goals scored. Only 27 goals conceded. Pep Guardiola downfall is real. Unreal. I can just say the downfall is unreal and people are enjoying it. Fans from other teams are really enjoying this downfall. Everything will come to an end, my friend. After such a domination for years, I think City need to recycle. They need to go from scratches, They have to go back to the basics. Unfortunately, Pep Guardiola don't know how to reset the button. He knows one way to play football and one way, his way only. So this is the danger of having like a one-dimensional manager, because you need more quality and refreshing all the time. So you need a lot of money to make everything works your way, because people will figure out how you play and they're gonna block you, and the only way you can go through that is by buying more quality. One-dimensional managers, this is what you got. 1 win for Manchester City in their 12 games. 2-1 loss against Spurs, 2-1 loss against Bournemouth, 4-1 loss to Sporting, 2-1 loss to Brighton, 4-0 loss to Tottenham Hotspurs, 3-3 draw to Feyenoord, 2-0 loss to Liverpool, 3-0 win against Nottingham Forest, 2-2 draw against Crystal Palace, 2-0 loss against Juventus, 2-1 lost to Manchester United, and 2-1 loss today against Aston Villa. If you don't think this is a crisis, you have to tell me what is your definition of crisis. Manchester City are in the mud and in a big, big crisis. Let me know. Do you think that Pep Guardiola made a mistake by signing an extension in his contract to stay? It was time for him to leave? Or you think he's gonna get this right? And imagine if the charges, the 115 charges comes and they have some kind of punishment. This club is in serious, serious trouble. Let's now praise certain players. John Duran, absolutely amazing. Today again within a very important game. And for Chelsea fans who called the owners all kind of names when they wanted to buy Duran, sit down, my brother. You are not an expert by sitting in your couch at home, in your room, and making theories and narrative. This guy is a real deal. If you look at John Duran and you look at Samu Omorodion, how they are performing now, you know that Chelsea are really doing their homework. Everybody pretty much that they brought, all those youngsters, you can see the quality and you can see the future. John Duran averages a goal every 82 minutes. That pretty much means every game he scores a goal. So that is very clinical. And I think sky is the limit. The guy deserves to play week in and week out to improve his game. He's just gonna get better and better. Phil Foden scores with his 31st shot of the season, the longest run of any player without scoring in the Premier League this season. But it means nothing. 3 defeats on the bounce. Wow. Statman Dev was wearing his Manchester United jersey right there because he got on him really. I think this is his first game, his first goal of the season in the Premier League. What happened to Phil Foden? Nobody knows. Erling Haaland, the goal-scoring machine. He didn't have a single shot against Aston Villa. Can you believe it? Nothing, like no shot, 0 shot. So the title hope is just getting almost impossible for Manchester City. But still time. I don't think Liverpool are going to be perfect until the end of the season. I don't think Chelsea are ready to win the title. And Arsenal also looks like they are collapsing. And I think it's still everybody's chance, but it's just getting more and more difficult for Manchester City to win the title.